What's up, everyone? I'm just gonna bring you a little Tarkatan Alien combo guide here, showcasing different things that Tarkatan Alien is capable of and probably the optimal ways to combo. Maybe there's better, but so far this is what I found. So let's start off with your mid-screen combo. This is your main punish combo that you want to do. It's a good 38%. 1 bar punish. It starts off of a mid attack, which is the forward one. So you're doing forward 1, 3, 4 into the EX low crawl, back 1, 1, up 4. Doing a little bit of a run into the 2, 1, 4, and then into the pounce for the ender. I'll show you guys that one more time. So that's back 1, 1, up 4. You're doing a small run into the 2, 1, 4, and then the pounce. If you want something a little bit easier, you can do forward 2, 3. Yeah, you can do forward 2, 3 into the pounce if you want something a little bit easier. You get 37% instead of 38%, because then you don't have to do a run, and you can just do that. After that, you want, let's look at the next combo over here. This combo starts off of a jump and kick. You get a good 30% for a 1 bar. Show you guys that one more time. So you're doing an EX crawl into some of these stuff, and there you go. So basically, off of a jump and kick, you can always get a full combo if you go into the EX crawl, and then from what I found, that's the biggest damage you can get is if you go into this. Oh wait, no, what was it? Oh no, it's if you go into the back 1, 1, 4. And then you can go into. So that's 30% off of a jumping kick, pretty good. Combo number 3 over here. So this is if you want to spend 2 bars mid-screen. From what I found, max damage for 2 bars is 43% mid-screen. Show you guys that one more time. So this is basically off of a punish as well. It starts off of a mid. So using this as like a punish tool, it's a 12 frame mid. So that's pretty decent. Or no, it's an 11 frame mid. I'm wrong. 11 frame mid. That's a pretty good punish tool. If you're getting something off of a start like this, you can do something like that. But that's 2 bars, and you're getting 36%. But the thing is, you're starting off of an armored move, so it could be worth it if you want to. Easy combo is something like that. You can get 29%. Off of your armor move. It's pretty decent. Or if same thing goes if you're starting off something like this. But let's go into the next one. So this starts off of a back 2, so that's the overhead. You can get actually really good damage off of this, I found. 39% for 1 bar. I'll show you guys that one more time. So back 2, you're doing forward 1, 3, 4. Into the crawler, forward 1, 2, 3, forward 1, 3, 4, EX crawl, forward 1, 3, 4, into the Rekka step, ending like that. And what I've also noticed is if you're doing something like this, see how at the end there they're airborne, so I would say it's best to finish the combo. But if you're doing something like this, you can actually, if you leave them standing, you could go for a reset and potentially get more damage if you reset them like that, and then you go from that into something like this, you know. So you're getting 34% instead of 39%. You're sacrificing 5% damage to get a little bit of a reset in there. And what's good about the reset is if you end a string like this with the second hit of the Rekka, you're plus 15 hit advantage. So you could actually go into a guaranteed forward 1. Or you could just mix it up into the overhead, or you can mix it up into the low. So, and it's completely safe option. They could armor through it, but it's, you know, they have to be ready for it. It's a little bit of a mix-up tactic. Works pretty well. Here's another combo for you. This is just starting off with the armor move. I already showed it to you from before. Just an easy 29%. That's what I've found is max damage for 1 bar if you're using an armored starter. Alright, next combo. This is just meterless damage if you don't have a bar. A lot of his good damage comes off of a bar. So you can get a 30% meterless of starting off his back one. I believe that's 9 frames, yeah. So, off the back one. It's a little bit tricky. You have to make sure that you give them enough time to land, or the second part will whiff. But if you get it down, it shouldn't be too bad. You get 39. You get 40%. Well, 30%. Wow, tongue tied. Now let's go into the corner. This is max damage for 1 bar that I found so far. It's pretty good, as you can see. 41%. That's 1 bar. Let me show you guys again. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky though. If you want something a little bit easier, go for something like this. Oh, oops. Because if you try to do the 4-1-3-4 twice in a combo, it's kind of tight. So I'll show you guys that one more time. Like that. See that last hit is pretty tight. Other than that, if you get someone with like a Rekka in the corner, you can get a pretty easy combo just doing something like that. Messed up. There you go. 31%. Or if you start off with this, you can do the same thing. So you're doing 2-up-3s into the 2-1-4 pounce combo. And I got a little, probably not going to use in a real match, but this is a 50% combo using all 3 bars. You want to end with the EX Chop Chop, because as you can see, it's 3% unscaled damage right there. So you get max damage that way. 50%, it's pretty good. I'll show you guys one more time. Boom, boom, boom. And with the EX Chop, and you can put them back in the corner. 50%. Other than that, Alien actually has some really good combos that he could do mid-screen. Like, off of jump-ins, if your opponent tries to jump in. You can always put this into this. And you can get some good damage off of an anti-air. Like that. I believe that's 39%. So 39%, similar to how you can get 39% off of this if you utilize the things properly. But yeah, it's a little bit weird when you're there like that, but yeah, off of something like this is pretty easy. 39%. So yeah, 1 bar, don't jump at Alien. He can take off a good chunk of your health. If you don't have a bar, you can just end it early by doing something like that, and you get a 27%. So that's basically your go-to. His up 3 is a really good anti-air to stop people from jumping. Back 1 is also a pretty decent one. You could do back 1 into this combo as well. And then you get 36%. Other than that, he has a neutral jump punch that's pretty strong. The range on it is pretty nice. Similar, you can do something like that. And this would be one of those instances where I would suggest going for a little bit of a reset here, because they're standing. You could do that, delay it, start over again, mix them up with an overhead or a low or something like that, and get a full combo. Other than that, Alien, he does have far-reaching normals. You can always use that to go into your Rekkas, do your combos again, something like that. If you ever do want to spend a second bar off of a combo if you ever want to spend a second bar when you're doing a combo starting off the Rekka, I would suggest to go for the little bit of the reset, like that, and then you could mix it in with a throw or something like that, you know. Anything, whatever you feel. So yeah, just a couple stuff. Once again, I'll show the 50%. I just kind of came up with it as I was just fiddling around over here. 3 bars though. It ends with an unscaled 3% from the EX Chop Chop. I just realized that, as you can see, that 3%, it doesn't matter like however you end it. So like, if you want to end with that, you can get that unscaled 3% for the ender. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys.